Hey y'all, it's Lisa Smith here again. I am doing one of my infamous rants because, you know, after what's been going on, I'm kind of being like, I don't know, like in a certain mood. Basically, I'm sick of this shit again. So if anybody was in the live last night, I was out making, in the words of Cardi B, money moves. But y'all seen the old girl, right? So let me see. Let me wait till a couple more people come in here, and then I can say what I really want to say. Hopefully, y'all get this notification, and we can get started and have some type of conversation, dialogue. What y'all sick of? We can maybe go back and forth on what we're all sick of. Still, it's kind of relatively early. People are probably having dinner with their family, having dinner with their kids, chilling with their husband or their wives. Who knows? I'll give y'all some time to usher on in because I definitely want to speak on that algorithm or that fake ass lady that was in here that I been said was fake. Mm, three people in here. Okay, okay. Just waiting. What's up, Williams? So, since I know a regular's in here, let me kind of go in a little bit. So, the topic of today is I'm sick of this shit. So, what are you sick of, Williams? Because I know what I'm sick of. I'm sick of people saying they want to spend time with someone and then they come in with ulterior motives, or they going to help you do something, but they want something on the back end. Usury. Let's talk about that in a minute. But let's talk about the algorithm that was on here yesterday. Tamika, you be ready in 5 minutes? Okay. Anyways, the Tamika lady, I kind of told Reek that like I think she wasn't real because she always be like, "Hi, Lisa," and then the last live I did, I said, "Hey, trying to have some type of dialogue with her," and she didn't say nothing back to me. So I was kind of like, "Hey, Reek, I don't think she real because whether y'all love me or hate me, you want to say something ignorant to me or not." You say something back if I say something to y'all. She ain't say nothing to me. So I'm like, okay, so this ain't right. Like you say hi, Lisa, and I say, hey, what's up? Not necessarily with a call in because some people are shy. Some people really don't want to be on a live and call in. Some people like to play the background. Not everybody wants to be the king of the scene or in the mix all the time. There's some people who prefer to play the background, who don't want to call in, who just want to chill and listen. I know there's some people out there who like to do that. Sometimes I like to just chill and listen. Sometimes I don't like to be on here all the time. Like that's another thing I'm sick of. Sometimes I don't want to be on here. Maybe I just want to sit in the comments and read and make a little points and then get off the live. You never know. But then when she said hi back, she ain't say nothing. So I'm like, okay, so that kind of tripped me out. And then she came in. It was like, did you see her message on Instagram? And I'm like, the fuck, bitch, I don't even have an Instagram. Like Reek has an Instagram, but Shad runs his Instagram, and then like you couldn't even point us to the post where you said that you was posting on. I've been trying to tell people from day one that a lot of these people that be on. Hey Larry, I ain't seen you in a minute. Where you been at? I swear the last live I had, you was not in there. I keep missing you though. You my peoples. Anyway, so then I'm just like, I be trying to tell people that algorithms are real. Like that one, whatever his name is, that beyond King Bum for the records. That's algorithm too. He never called in. They've never spoke. But you listening to this person, you can't even prove if they're a real person. And then when you Google the motherfucker, he dead. Like, come on. Like shit's real. Like, why would you want to make a fake page and follow me if I really ain't? I'm not like no celebrity status person for you to be making fake pages trying to talk to me. Get on here and talk to me. Type in, maybe drop your number. I might hit your line. It all depends on any other type of shit. I'm super busy. But the point is that just proves that They really been on Reek's channel, and old girl was fake. And then Cadillac Jay was just like trying to give her, I guess, like tell her to call in. Like she already proved it not once, not twice, not three, but ample amount of times that she wasn't real on the live I did by myself. Like if always I tell people is go with your first mind. If your first mind telling you this shit don't seem real, this seem like a setup, this bitch ain't on shit, this nigga ain't on shit, go with it. You rather be safe than sorry. You rather not deal with a bitch ass nigga or deal with a funky ass bitch than dealing with someone you was like, oh, I thought they wasn't on shit, and then you wasted your time. Time is the only thing that you can never get back. You wasting time on bullshit. You can get back money. Oh, well, I would say maybe family members that passed away, but time you spend with people, you can't never get that back. That's why I say you go with that first mind. Fuck that shit. If you feel like somebody on bullshit, keep it moving. The time you waste on them, you could be doing something productive. I just said my thoughts on the fake Lisa Troll. Reek. I said I told y'all she was fake. And I said to Cadillac J Just that he shouldn't have gave her the benefit of the doubt because I seen in my life that she was not replying to me and she just kept saying the same thing and over, or she wouldn't say anything. Like nothing. Like people say shit and then don't say anything. And then I heard somebody made a comment about me and said I was overweight and I need to stay away from processed foods and all this other stuff. Like, first of all, I'm bigger, so the fuck what? Second of all, processed foods. Why don't you worry about that fat white hole you got at your house? Why don't you worry about why you bragging about living in top luxury, but you living in a trap house? Like, people need to stop trying to come for me, and I didn't send for them. Like, leave me the fuck alone. Why are you a man anyways in a woman's business? That's my thing. Like, are you mad because I called you out? Don't be anonymous though. That's some hoe shit. Like, don't be a hoe about it. When I talk about people, I say their name. Or I give you piece and clues and you can figure out who the person is yourself, who I'm talking about. This motherfucker come in here anonymous, being anonymous, saying shit, writing novels and shit, talking shit about me, but won't say it off their real page. What kind of bullshit is that? You scary as fuck. You supposed to be a grown man. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. What? Yeah, that was a fake Lisa comment. William said he ready, so we'll call. I'm just talking about that fake Tamika girl that was on here yesterday, Cadillac, and you was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt when I told y'all she was fake at my live by myself. And you constantly said, tell her, call in, call in. If she was real, she heard you on the phone with Reek. Reek didn't have to say she heard you first up. That's how you know that they be on these channels. We are slow to buy it at the half price store for 50 cents, or you can go check it out at your library. They got fake algorithms. You think a person is real and they commented on your shit and they fake. They have these machines out here that can mimic your voice or mimic you because they're listening to you. Whenever you get on these lives, you think they're not recording this? Your iPad, your phone, whatever electronic device that connects to the internet has the ability to track you and mimic you and record you. So you don't think that they're not doing that to use against you? Like, come on, seriously. Like, I may be in the streets, but I do know what is what and what it ain't. This shit is real out here. That's what I'm sick of. But I guess. But people need to figure that shit out. Really. Quick and easy. Hitting your line, Williams.
What's up, people?
What's up, Williams?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
All good, all good. How's everybody out there? We got another one of those whiny deals, huh?
I guess it's like every now and again I go on my little rants and and I just wanted to say what type of shit I'm sick of, and that's it. You can talk about what You sick of and tired of me. I'm all the above, all the type stuff.
Mm. I'm sick of all the damn con games too. All motherfuckers trying to do is get over on you and con you and shit. If they can't benefit from you, they don't want to deal with you. Type of shit like that. And then I want to speak on what you were saying about that fake algorithm shit, because the motherfuckers, they created a fake page in my name, but it's somebody else of a person that's Maryland's. I'm like, what the fuck? Got my same name and everything, which my name is not a usable name because shouldn't nobody have my name. I'm like the only person in the world got this name, really. And I went on one of my pages just showing like a Maryland person, so it could be somebody hiding behind that agenda. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, that's the thing. Like, if y'all seen it for yourselves, what is that?
Yeah.
You know what
And
I'm
this,
saying? Y'all seen it for yourselves because the live last night and the live I was by myself and I
yeah,
was talking to her or talking to it and it wouldn't respond. Like, and then when
yeah.
you go to the
That's what
page, it's nothing.
that's what we'll do. We'll call it it because that's exactly what it is. A fucking it.
I'm
you
telling
know,
you.
a voice automated system or some old kind of crazy junk. I told Reese the other day it might be like just like those scammers. You know how them scammers call y'all through the day trying to get you to do shit. It might just be somebody on that kind of level. You know what I mean?
Right. Or get you to say something, but that's the thing. Like, I at the end of the day, and if I said it, I meant it. I'm not gonna take back shit I said because I thought about it and I said it. I don't just bloop run off at the mouth. No.
That's a block or gatekeeper block or some old kind of crazy shit like that. When somebody can put information out there and say what they want to say, and then they won't come on, you can't get back in touch with them. Some old kind of like computer algorithm.
It is
It's,
though. But like I
it's,
said, if this shouldn't be nothing new to anybody because we
mm,
like people talk shit about other countries, but we slowly going down the same road as China. They have
right,
whole websites blocked out from Chinese people. Like you can't go to certain websites, you can't read certain books. They've been banning books forever, but now you go on certain sites you can't go on. They got people watching. It's all types of shit.
it
They
could be a it could be a part of some kind of project or some kind of NSA project or something. You know what I mean? They
right.
always CIA, some old kind of crazy shit. They always trying to figure out how to get information out to say, or you know what I mean? So it's like people creating these fake accounts and giving you the wire money to them. You know what I mean? And you send your money thinking this for some other reason or something, and then you can't even get a hold to the person that you sent the money to.
Like that is I think because it stays warm down there and you guys don't ever get a chance to get cool where they
Right,
can like die off.
right.
So they always around all year round. So y'all got to deal with them. And I should
Yeah,
say y'all, we get them too, but you in Bama, right? So y'all, that's crazy.
crazy. It was 99 last night at that time. I went and did I went and did a job yesterday morning at like 7 o'clock in the morning, and I tried to get through by 12. And I got through right at about 12, and it was 99 degrees.
See that?
All
See,
yeah, that's fucking crazy.
see, having air conditioning is a must. See, Memphis gets hot, but it don't. It gets hot, but it don't. It's not like that. Oh, you're breaking up. Maybe the phone's good question. I would say for anybody, not just women, but anybody coming up younger than me, is always ask questions. If a mug don't like you asking questions, then that means that one, they got something to hide and they can't be trusted.
Right,
Two, maybe they don't have an answer because they don't know themselves. Three, always ask questions. Another word of advice I have for people is if everybody's doing it, don't
mm,
do it. Go
right,
against the grain. If
right,
everybody's running that way, you need to run in the opposite direction because most people in society, and let's keep it 100, are stupid as hell and are sheep and don't know any better.
right.
So if the crowd is all for it, don't be for it.
They being led to slaughter. In other words, they could be.
Seriously though, it's the truth.
Right,
Like it's so sad because people don't even realize it. Like And the best thing you can always do is be be friendly and be mindful, but the best bet is to stay to yourself. And if you do get in caught, and if you got to do dirt, and I know this sounds so bad because not everybody lives a
Right.
messy life, but if you do dirt by yourself, because therefore nobody
Right.
can tell on you.
Exactly. Exactly. So, I know that you know this, and I know this as well. But explain to them how well is when you in personal contact with somebody or within certain range of somebody's body language and eye contact.
Like, what do you mean? Elaborate on what you mean.
Like, most people, you know what I'm saying, you can peep some people game when you looking them in the eye or you paying attention to their body language, whether they trying to con you or scam you or whether they full of shit or not.
Oh, somebody's body language will tell on them before their mouth does. Like, if someone is lying to you, look at their body language. Look at if they seem tense, and I different people are show being tense in a different way. Don't
Right.
follow that. If a person can't look you in the eye all the time, there's a problem there. If someone they're having a conversation with you and they have to look the other way, or they always diverting their attention to another
Right.
place and not to you, then they ain't worth your time. Period. And people's body language will tell on them before they say anything to you.
Exactly.
Always listen to people's body language, and that's another thing that people don't get taught, because I wasn't taught to read body language. I
Right.
picked that up on being the lifestyle I
Yeah.
live now.
And the streets teach you a lot with that too. But not everybody gets it. You can be from the street, but if you don't understand that language, that body language is a different language. And that posture, the way you move and the way you direct your contact and what you focus on, it says a lot about you as a character. You know what I mean? And people don't pay those things attention, but in aspect they kind of like I want to say size you up in a way, but yeah, kind of like size you up in a way, and can be able to read you and know what you're about, whether faking the funk or or you keeping it real. Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted you to elaborate on that a little bit because some of those may be signs that people may be getting conned and signs that may be there that they may not be aware of or may not be paying attention to. So I wanted you to kind of elaborate on that a little bit. You know.
I mean, can you say it again? I'm sorry, I was looking at something on my phone.
Right.
Elaborate on what, the body language or something else?
No,
Oh,
you
okay.
already did it. Yeah, I
Uh,
was just saying I wanted you to put that out there too, so the people that don't know can be paying attention and looking out for those certain things too. You know what I mean? Those signs and symbols play a major role these days also as well. Within the hip hop industry and within all these fraternities and secret orders and organizations and stuff. So
oh, I agree.
hmm
That's real too. That I agree for real.
you know
That is a very true. Like, I'm telling you, it's people will be surprised how many people they think
mm,
is a boss, or a oh, they making their own moves when they really not making their own moves. Somebody bigger than them is telling them what to do, but all you see is them. You don't
right,
see the hidden hand behind them. You don't see the puppet strings that's making them do this stuff.
right, right. That ties into with the next question I'm about to ask you. We all know that it's hot and it's in the news right now and all on YouTube. But that deal Jay-Z made, what you think about that?
Seeing as though I don't personally really care for Jay-Z, but seeing as though Jay-Z is a Sagittarius like me, I will say this.
Right.
Any any person's behavior can always be tracked by past behavior. You know what I'm saying? This isn't the first time Jay-Z has done something questionable behind
Right.
money. You see how long he was with Rockefeller, and he turned around and did what? He burnt Damon Dash, and he burnt Biggs.
Yeah.
So why are people surprised?
Mm-hmm.
He don't People don't talk about how he signed a 360 deal. Nobody talks
Mm.
about that.
Right. Right.
He's in a 360 deal.
Right.
Google, if y'all don't know what a 360 deal is, that nigga's gonna be touring again. Don't be surprised. Same thing with Beyonce. Like,
The
why does she
title
keep
of it.
why does she keep going on these tours? Because they owe money. The best
Mm.
and quickest way and a faster way for an artist to make money is to go on tour. That's their bread and
Mm.
butter. But if you in a 360 deal, that means every deal you make, somebody's getting a piece of everything that you're doing. He's in the
Exactly.
360 deal. Beyonce's in a 360 deal. He talks
Right.
he talks about Tidal and employing black people, but if you look at everybody that works at Tidal, they're white.
Right. Right. And
He
you
yelled
know,
about he yelled about being an ownership of the Brooklyn or whatever they were, the Nets or
the,
whoever over there, but he
yeah,
was
the next.
literally less than 1% of an owner. Nigga, you're not an owner. Like, all I'm telling people is smoke and mirrors with Jay-Z. Jay-Z answers to somebody bigger than him. And I tell people this, you really think that he comes up with all these
Mm.
moves and he does all this stuff and he
Mm.
doesn't have to run it by somebody else?
Mm.
Somebody cuts checks for Jay-Z.
Right.
Always remember that.
That's
There's
right.
somebody else that is bankrolling him.
Right.
Always. I know I'm
Mm.
gonna get in trouble for saying this, but I do not care.
It's,
If
it's,
y'all look him up, he do be saying some crazy stuff, but if you look at some of the stuff he be saying, he be right on point. Look up Choke No Joke on YouTube.
oh
Dude,
yeah, yeah.
dude
I'm
really be
subscribed to him.
spilling the beans on a lot of stuff
Right.
because everybody is in bed with everybody.
Right.
And I'm
Okay.
telling you right now, Jay-Z answers to somebody.
Okay. That's right. Okay. Let me ask you another question. That's on it's on the same. Well, it's the same to the same thing. Um, do you think by him making that deal was a sign of humiliation for him? Like somebody made him kind of like put him in a position to do that. Because just remember a few months ago, last year he was protesting against that, and now all of a sudden he's you know what I'm saying all up for it. So you know how they like to do that, you know how they like to you know what I'm saying kind of like make you kind of do something like they kind of like they did Michael Jordan, made him stop playing basketball and start playing baseball. You know what I'm saying? You think it could be a sign of humiliation? You know what I'm saying for him as to be a face for the league.
I think Jay-Z seen that there was a bunch of money in to be made, and that's
Mm.
what he's trying to do. He don't give a fuck about no black politics. He don't give a fuck about any of that. He's chasing the bag, like how the young kids say, which he's chasing the biggest, he's going after the biggest bag. Because like everybody knows with the NFL and the NBA, that's a good old boys network. Ain't nobody black, I would say, in the NFL owns any type of football.
Right.
Nobody owns any football teams. They're
Right.
all old, rich, white men. In the
Yeah.
NBA, they're all Jewish. In the
Right.
NFL, they're all white.
Right.
Old white men.
Right. And just for a little part of history for the people that don't know that, melanated people had their own leagues. Blacks had their own leagues before segregation came.
That's right.
When they got segregated, they had to they gave up all those rights in order just to be, you know what I'm saying, want to be able to drink the white man's water, cold ice water. So they gave up all,
Because somebody put in their mind that it was better. That
right.
they always had better stuff. And that's not always been the case.
Right. We had our own schooling system. We had our
That's
own,
right.
you know what I'm saying, sports. We had our own everything. We were set up for society. But some kind of way we got tricked. You know what I mean? Thinking that if we, integrated with these other races of people or whatever, that everything was gonna be all right. And that's how they got advantage of us and took over on all these, leagues and sports and stuff. So that's just a little part of history. But yeah, back to Jay-Z, you know what I mean?
This is, like I said, this isn't the first time or the second time or the third time that he did some questionable shit. But people look up to him like,
Right.
because he's all of this, because he's Jay-Z, but
Right.
at the end, but because he has money. And that's what I'm saying. People
Right.
worship people that have money,
Right.
but they're not teaching you anything. They're just showing you how to worship a celebrity.
And he invested into these prison industries,
There you
you know,
go.
with these ankle monitors and all this kind of
Right, to
stuff.
track
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
I'm telling you,
yeah,
it's bullshit.
yeah. You know, so people don't. They tell it to you and they show it to you one time, stuff like that. But then you don't hardly hear about it no more. But it's still getting effect. And you know, like Choke No Joke said, I watch him a lot too. I'm subscribed to his channel. You know, a lot of them, you know what I'm saying, they invested in that system and they don't want you to know. They promote that type of violence like they thugs and they all hardcore and they banging and doing this and that, and then you know they put that out here, and then the younger people they started emulating after them, thinking that they really doing that and they ain't doing it. They trying to get you to go to prison where they can get their stocks up and keep their money going.
That's right.
You know, it's a game. So they'll tell you to go pop pills and Percocets and Miley's and all this and syrup and all this and that. But you know, half of them jokers, they don't even do that. They won't allow their kids to listen to their music and none of that. But they got everybody else, in the world, mass of people listening to their music, but they ain't really doing what they say they doing, or they don't allow their kids to listen to their music. Speak on that a little bit.
It's the thing about it is I grew up listening to 3 6 Mafia and they was drinking lean back then and popping pills back then, but it's
Right.
totally different. It was just one part of music. Now it's all people talking about that shit. And when you know what, when they were it was different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I listened to the South, but that was just one part. Now it's like everybody's talking about that. Then you have all these rappers that look alike that are 5'11" and only weigh 145 pounds and wearing tight ass jeans and are basically borderline women. Like,
Right.
think about it.
Right.
You got Blueface, you got Chris Brown, you got Young Thug, you got who else? All these niggas look like fucking little ass girls. How are you gonna protect me, nigga, and I'm 3 times your size, bitch?
Let me ask you another question. What you think about Blueface saying he slept with all them women?
He probably did.
Within this short amount of time. This ain't even a year now. He said he done slept with what, 1,200 women or something crazy number?
Okay, one, I believe it. He's a star. This new generation is like, they want you to stay sexed up, drugged up, and out of, you know what I'm saying? They put too much emphasis on drugs and sex, period. That's
Right.
one, so it doesn't surprise me. But remember, this is the same dummy who moved a female in and kicked his mom and sister out that he didn't know, and the bitches end up robbing him.
Right.
Shout out to the movie Grimy. If anybody else, anyways, people should watch that. That's like the premise to Grimy. Reek interviewed him, Gino Carnell, but he goes by the Leo now. Solomon
Right.
Giovanni. That's the Grimy movie.
Right.
Bitches, you think you in love, and you move in, let these bitches move in with you, and they rob you. So
and they got the tattoo.
right. But see, in the movie they didn't do that. But I'm basically that his movie was just like that. Like, he thought he was in love with, he was doing dirt, and he found this girl, and she was basically peeped him from afar and see what he was about, moved in with him, basically played him, and then robbed him.
Right.
And that's the thing, like, Blueface is bragging about sleeping with all them women, but he still got though in the end.
Right.
So you just prove that you're a sucker.
And not to mention that, that ain't a cool thing to do, you know what I mean? Bragging about how many people you slept with, because, just think about the ones that may not have been clean and protected. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and not only that, he probably's mentally, and I don't mean to say this trying to say disregard people that do have mental problems, but he's probably slow. Like, that's the thing. A lot of these record labels know that these young men either have some type of behavior disorder or mental disorder, and they capitalize on that. And knowing that they're young and impressionable, and they stupid. Look at all these rappers, like I said, they're going out now, and look at the way that versus when I was growing up, it was totally different. These literally, Soulja Boy, Lil Wayne, and Wayne came up with Hot Boys, and he literally looks like a fucking alien now. Cracked out fucking alien.
Exactly. Did you see that? I know you seen that video where he was like, he had those devil horns, and he was like, them hoes love me like Satan. That shit was looking crazy as hell. He looked like a real fucking demon or some shit on that video, man. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
He got the verse where he said, "Where these hoes love me like Satan, man," and then he had his little devil horns on him and shit. Fucker look like a real demon for real. But
It doesn't surprise me, but you gotta look at that whole other situation with Lil Wayne, why he's on drugs, because he was exposed to too fucking much at a young age, and they got hooked on drugs by Baby, which nobody likes to talk about. Baby hooked that mug on drugs because he did the same thing with BG. BG spilled the beans on Baby and them. He moved away from Baby. When Wayne said he was leaving, Baby came with what? That briefcase of money, but he never paid Wayne. He just gave him some more drugs.
Right. And then that old homo active ass shit they was doing, kissing all the
right.
That was crazy.
But see, low key and not even low key. If you talk to people that's from Orleans and know that area, it's always been like a rumor, not rumor, that Baby fuck with men too.
Right. Right.
So you know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Right.
But for the people who don't know, hey, matter of fact, if anybody out there, y'all listening, hit that like button. If y'all like what we talking about, y'all hit that like button. Who's out there in the chat? Who's out there? We need to see what's going on anyway. Do a check. I can't see on my line because I'm on Reek line. I can't see I can't see if anybody in the chat or not.
We have 8 people in so far, and then we got 4 thumbs up.
Okay. What's up, people? Thank you.
But yeah, that it's a lot of questionable shit. I tell people. So, it is what it is. Like, there's going to come a point when where people is going to really, it's getting there where you going to really see how stupid people really are. And it's going to really, and it's not going to surprise people because common sense ain't common.
Right. And everybody that's claiming to have millions and millions of dollars don't have it.
They really don't. If this is my thing, Williams, if Jay-Z is making all this money hand over fist, why would he sign a 360 deal in the first place?
Exactly. You're right. You right on point. You brought something to my awareness that I need to go and research. You know what I mean?
If he's out here doing and I hate to say this because I can't stand that gay dude. You never heard about Dr. Dre signing no 360 deal, even though he with anybody.
Right.
You don't hear who else has got a lot of money that's in hip hop. What you think about
Ice Cube? He's been ducked out for a minute with this big 3 sports.
You know what? I'm proud that he started that shit, but he even exposed them people because he was trying to get the big 3 on TV and they blocking him. And that should just show you right there that it don't matter how much money you have, you still cannot get in certain areas.
Right. So
they're not going to let you in there.
So they wouldn't give Ice Cube that kind of opportunity. Jay-Z is a billionaire. Why the fuck he didn't go over there and help Ice Cube?
There you go. Because he has handlers that's told him, nigga, I don't think so.
Exactly.
That's the thing. If Jay-Z is for helping people and all this other stuff, why didn't he put money in to help? Well, he really didn't have to do it, but he could have did it. Why didn't he put more money into the people getting clean water in Flint, Michigan?
Right.
They still don't have clean water. But this nigga's signing deals with the NFL. And I tell people, NFL and NBA are just as racist. They're just as racist, but they're different. Like, it's all a bunch of smoke and mirrors. I tell people this all the time. It's smoke and fucking mirrors. Marshawn Lynch never kneeled and he never stood up for the national anthem. He never did. But you don't see nobody fucking with Marshawn Lynch. Well, he's retired now, but nobody never fucked with him then because Kaepernick decided to take a knee. They made a big deal about it. I'd rather you sit down than take a knee because when you take a knee, you're symbolizing that you have been conquered. Google that.
Right. I'm kind of pissed at Colin because he still ain't responded and said nothing after all this time. He never seems to have nothing to say, you know what I mean? And I be wanting to hear from him, I like to at least hear what hear something from him, but we don't, they always hide him from the public, or he just, I don't know. I guess he just ain't no real talkative person. I don't know, but he never, you notice he never say anything.
No, he doesn't.
And speak on. I've been started watching games, a couple of years ago now. But speak on how these games keep on being rigged. People don't know
They
about these
been
games.
rigged. Games been. The last game I watched, I think it was with my brother, and I want to say it was Miami versus somebody. So that should tell you it was a while ago.
Hmm?
That's the last game I watched. They can make these games go either way. That's why it's
Right.
called sports entertainment.
Right. They create stars, and at the end, most of those stars, they also, you got to also be in mind that they actors too. They get chosen to be, they ain't just that damn good, but that talent don't get them nowhere for real. Sometimes it ain't about talent. What I'm saying, you
No,
know.
sometimes about that you're willing to do anything to be on that stage.
Right.
If you're willing to sell out your brother, you'll do it. So
Right.
if they know that they can see that in you, they gonna press it to the level. Trust me.
Because we got a lot
Oh,
of
that's
kids.
another person. What?
Right.
That's another person that got a bunch of money. Puffy, P. Diddy. What?
Right.
You don't see him donating any money to certain shit. That's what I'm telling people. These
Right.
motherfuckers got handlers. There's people they have to answer to.
Right. So
You
you figure that.
Same
Go
thing
ahead.
with these basketball players and these. The only difference between NBA guaranteed money, unless they're good. If an
Right.
NFL player doesn't have a signing bonus and he got to, let's say, a $16 million contract, if he gets hurt tomorrow, he's done. Your money is based on if you play, unless you get a signing bonus. With the
Right.
with the NBA, you got a $16 million contract. That's what you're gonna get. It's guaranteed money. That's the difference between NBA and NFL. So I would
Right.
look to an NBA player to do something more than an NFL player because
Right.
they got more money. But you got all
Right.
these black millionaires. What are they doing?
Hmm. Mm-hmm. See? And you very seldom hear stuff about, about that baseball. It's the most like the highest paid sport it is. See?
There you go. It is. Baseball is higher, and that's guaranteed money too.
You
But you
never
don't
hear anything
you don't
about
you don't hear
no.
about baseball no more.
You never hear anything about the troubles, what I'm saying, what they got going on too much. They keep their nose pretty clean, seems like it. But you better believe there's some dirt over there, you know. Yep. So people think that, I got to tell kids all the time, it's good to, what I'm saying, to, play sports if you like to play sports and everything, but don't have your heart, what I'm saying, sit on just that opportunity, because it's way more than that, more than football and basketball, catching the ball out there. You can be a fucking doctor, lawyer, fucking meal surgeon, anything, a judge, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting pretty much tired of seeing our youth running behind the ball now. It seems like we can't get nowhere like that. You know what I mean? You still being controlled, like LeBron said. You still on the slave plantation. You know, you ain't picking cotton no more. You running behind the ball now. So, and I tell my people all the time, those games are rigged. You know,
They really
the,
are.
it depends on, what I'm saying, what city or state or whatever it is may need money for this, need for that, or politicians. It's all a scam. It's all rigged up. It's just like playing the lottery. you know. It's just like, how they have these big lotto pots and stuff, and people come out, oh, it's the biggest jackpot ever. And then you find somebody in some little fucking small town like Kansas and won the damn money, and you never hear about them and know nothing about them or nothing.
That's
So
true.
it's all a scam. I don't know nobody that ever won a lotto. Nowhere near me, or nowhere, nobody that, everybody that I know that don't know nobody that won a lotto. You know what I mean? So that's just another word people scam. They scam people out of, selling them hope and dreams. They're selling hope. See, it's all a scam. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anybody else in the chat? Anybody
Said we
commenting?
got 9 people, but nobody's really said anything. So I'm just like,
Anybody?
who's
Right.
talking? No, nobody's saying anything.
if y'all get in the conversation, y'all hit the thumbs up button and let us know if y'all can hear us or we know the algorithm may be, it's against us already too, so it may not be their fault. They may be trying to comment and can't comment. So y'all hit the like button or y'all, let us know if anybody, if y'all listening in or what.
We got 8 likes. We got 10 people in here, 8 likes. So please say something. You know, time is money, and I don't see or hear anything. I mean,
Exactly.
I hear, but I don't see nobody's no comments.
Exactly. Reek, what's up with you? Can you hear us? You in? You out there?
He
I
usually
know
be in the
he,
comments. We'll see.
yeah. Maybe he let us roll for a minute or something. I know most of the time like you said, he'll be in the comments. Yeah. So what's your day been like?
Oh, okay. I see bro is in here. He said, I always believe the lottery is rigged. Hell yeah, the lottery's rigged. That shit
What's,
is always some, like William said, it's always some small ass little town, somebody that chooses to remain anonymous, and they
yeah,
gone.
you never hear them. Or then you will hear about a couple of years later, you'll hear about they got killed for their money. You know what I'm saying? Or something crazy, something like that. They do get that money, they get killed. You hear about they had a tragic accident or something crazy behind it, down, 5 years later down the line or something crazy something.
Cadillac Just Jay said, trying to fix the sink, but I'm tuned in. All right. I thought maybe someone like you, Cadillac, would get somebody, you would pay somebody to fix the sink. I didn't think you would be handy. I didn't think you'd be able to fix a sink. You know what I'm saying? I thought you'd pay somebody to do that. That seemed like that's too manual laborish for you.
Can't let Jay Justin telling you jack all trades. Huh?
I don't know about that one.
So you don't know about that
I
one?
don't know about that one.
So
No,
you trying.
he said fixing a sink, but yeah, it's that's what I'm saying. You never hear about. I don't think Alabama don't have a state lottery, right, Williams?
Nope.
That's what I thought. I couldn't remember.
Closest one
It's
we got is Florida.
it's for your side chick. So if it's for your side chick, then you definitely should be paying for somebody to fix it. You're not supposed to be the one fixing it. If it's for your side chick, I'm just saying what type of where you kind of getting the rules kind of convoluted there, but I ain't nobody. Just keep on fixing the sink. But yeah, like Alabama don't have a state lottery because one of my friends used to go to a HBC down there, and they would they would drive to
Florida.
they would drive to
Florida.
no they would drive to Tennessee.
Wow. Shit, the closest one we got is Florida, and that's like 45 minutes from where I'm at.
They were in Huntsville.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a different thing.
Yeah, they were in Huntsville, so they would drive and just play. So I'm seeing. I thought y'all blocked Tamika because she definitely is in these comments. She said she's from Detroit. I think your algorithm, Tamika.
Talk to her. Tell her to call in or something.
You're from Detroit. I'm from Chattanooga, and I think you're not real. Bro said, I always want to know how one person wins the Powerball when so many people play. You mean using math won't more than one person guess the numbers? Exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying. The Powerball and the Mega Millions is mega bullshit.
Right. Exactly. People need to stop putting their money in that. Because the money that you put in there to gamble is the money that they call themselves paying out. Every time you get a ticket, they pay bill. The more people buy those tickets, the more the higher and higher the state gets. So that's basically all the citizens' money.
Right.
They taking and putting out there on the table stake and saying it's a lot of money you could possibly win this. You ain't giving away that kind of money if it ain't if it's yours.
Right.
You gotta be generating that money from somewhere. So where's that money coming from? It's coming from out of the people, tax money, or some kind of way. You know what I mean? So it's all a rig. In another part of history on that, for the people that don't know, black people created the lottery, but it was created to be only used for the school system only. It wasn't used to go out and do everything else with. We created a lot of the system.
We sure did, but by paying taxes and buying the tickets. That's what the fuck that is.
Yeah. Yep.
Seriously.
Right. You know. So yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, Tamika, you must be an algorithm. You keep on chiming in, but you won't call in. Let us know you're real.
Not real. I told y'all that shit's not real.
And,
Cause she said I'm from Detroit. Who is she talking to?
yeah, exactly.
Nobody said anything about being from a place. We were talking about other, like everybody here knows I'm from Chattanooga. I be in Georgia a lot, like a lot,
Right.
especially the Atlanta metro area because there's money to be made. So, and that's not that far from, Memphis is not that far to me from Georgia. And I made a video anyways when I was in Atlanta one time when I was at the airport. So
You come through Bama when you going that way, or you come through I know you come through Tennessee and Huntsville.
and then I kind of like cross over. But see,
Yeah.
I like I
Limestone County.
I like Huntsville because it's
Right.
small and quiet. It didn't really
Yeah.
like if you want to lay low for a little bit, that's a perfect
Mm.
place to lay low at. I tell
Right.
people that it's a perfect
Yeah.
place to lay. A lot of places in Alabama is a perfect place to lay low at. If you know what I'm saying,
Right.
and then
Right.
and like re-strategize and get your shit together and then pop back out.
Right.
But if you're trying to lay low, Atlanta's not the place for you to try to lay low. Same thing with Memphis. I tell people that all.
Right.
And quiet as kept, you really can't lay low in Chattanooga either.
Right.
Like to get your shit together and get your mind right. There's a lot of places in the South you can lay low for a little bit. I prefer
Right.
places in Bama to do that because it's like quiet and kind of
Yeah.
kick back.
Yeah. It's more, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's more laid back, and then we don't deal with the police a lot down like we used to for real. It is kind of laid back now. It ain't as bad as it was at one point in time. But we still got the millions with them, where they goddamn do what they do. You know what I mean? But Alabama mostly a retirement state though.
So it's I won't say Florida, but certain parts of Florida is.
That's why they try to keep a lot of casinos and stuff in mind, because they still got them old Christians up in the damn
Oh
politics.
yeah,
I mean,
very
once all,
conservative.
yeah, once they fucking die off and get out the way, then we trying to get a lotto down here. It's in the bill now, but it's still been a couple of years now for it takes a little time for it to go through. But we got a casino, you know what I'm saying? But it's up in it is like it's in another county, like 2 counties over from me, but it's still in Alabama. So but it's on the Indians are on that, so they can't shut the Indians down.
Sure can't.
Yeah.
Reek's people asked Tamika. She said, "Tamika, you the coward out of the D." Told you she still ain't said shit, and she commented about 10 minutes ago. Told you that bitch was fake, but
I thought Reek blocked the last night.
that's what I thought too.
I
That's
seen the
what
block.
I was under the impression that somebody blocked her, but I guess not.
I seen the block. I don't know how she got back in, because I seen the block on my screen.
What does that tell you? Yeah, she's back because it says I'm from Detroit. And then bro commented. Then Reek's people commented. Then Reek's people said, "Tamika, you the coward out of the D."
Mm. Or it could. You think it could be the other person that you kind of going back and forth with a while back?
I don't know. It might be under another name. And then his people said block that CIA agent.
Exactly.
We gon' this. Oh my God, this thing is burning up. My phone is. We gonna stay on for a couple more minutes, then I'm gonna have to dodge out because my phone is getting hot and I need it to conduct business. But we gonna still stay on for a little bit, and then I say about 5 minutes, I'm gonna have to let this mug cool off because this mug is hot.
Okay.
But yeah, this has been an interesting conversation. I am happy you called in, Williams, because I missed y'all last night. I was listening, but I was making moves. But
likewise, we'll bump up, we'll catch up. I be making my moves too, so I understand how it goes.
yeah, you make your moves probably. Hey, Shad, he said I'm gonna have to catch the replay. You make your moves probably early in the morning because it gets so hot down there.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I don't like about Alabama. That's a different type of mother. That's a different type of hot.
Yeah, yeah. You right, a different type of hot. You ain't lying. It's like it's like a 90 degrees with 110, 115 heating deck. Fucking like desert hot. The breeze that blow be hot. You be wishing for a breeze, the breeze to blow. See, that motherfucker be hot. Like damn. But other than that though, it gets like we got probably like I say another good month of this right here, or 3 weeks, and then we'll start cooling off a little bit. We'll start getting that good weather. Then it'll be like 60 degrees, 65, 70. You know what I'm saying? Out the rest of the year. Christmas time it might be 70 degrees, 75, 80 degrees Christmas time. You know, so it gets all right certain times of the year. We didn't beat the most of it. July, September, June, July, July, August, September, them the hottest months down here. So once it cool out, we'll be cool from like the end of September all the way to like the beginning of May. Well, the beginning of April or May, and it start warming back up again. But it's blistering right about now, man. It gets hot. Yep. I'm glad everybody tuned in and enjoyed and like what we were talking about, 'cause we hit various topics and shouts out to Reek for letting us go on and use this channel, and people that chimed in and called in. We appreciate that. I wasn't looking for y'all to, I was like, damn, they on. I thought he had a certain time, like he was coming on later on or something, but then I looked again. I was like, shit, it's saying live right now, so let me see what's up. That's why I jumped on in.
Well, I appreciate it. And then some Jackpot TV said they do be racist in Alabama. They racist everywhere. The thing about it with Bama is, and in the South is, they'll tell you in your face versus them
Yeah,
being fake about it behind your back.
exactly. Well, they'll do that. And the thing about it, if they racist, they ain't gonna even really be around you. You know what I'm saying? The ones that really is racist and feel that way, they ain't gonna be nowhere near nobody black, because they don't want to be affiliated and nowhere around nobody
That's
black.
right.
You might bump into a few rednecks every now and then and talk that nigga shit or whatever, but then you can talk that same shit back with them, that hunky shit back with them, and everything will be all right. You know what I'm saying? I know some motherfucking, some rednecks will talk to you and, and call you a nigga and shit, then you call them a crapper back, and then everything all right. You know what I mean? But, it's just those certain racist motherfuckers that's down here too, that they don't want to be nowhere near you. They don't want to look at you. They don't want you in their stove or none of that. So, but for the most part of it now, they can't really stop it down here, because now we done made it to the point that right now here, you can't, you hated us for so long, but now you got to look at the fact that your fucking grandchild got black babies now.
That's right.
You got mixed kids running around here now, so how the fuck you feel? You
That's
know what I'm saying?
true.
You raise your kids to be racist all these years and shit, and then now he's 70 and 80 something years old about to die, and you got a little mixed grandchild or great grandchild, something that you fought against for your whole life. Well, fuck, that's a slap in your face. You know what I mean? So really, they can't. It's really like mixed in down here now. You know what I mean? I ain't
Mm-hmm.
saying ain't no racism, because it is, but at the same time, you got no blacks and whites together, then you got, what I'm saying, separated. You got some that's out here, that hate us, but for the most part of it, we don't deal with it, you know.
Yeah. Bro said I was in Cali and he said people there are more fake with racism. Hell yeah. And then Larry said, Will ain't Dante Wilder from Alabama. And then Cadillac J just said, that's why I keep a white girl, because they owe us.
Yeah,
Lord have mercy. I can't with him.
they, for the most part of the white girls, I don't want to throw no shade on them, because we got some out there that's gamed up, but for the most part of them, they super easy. You know what I mean? I hate to put it out there like that, but it's the
That
truth.
ain't that ain't that ain't that ain't surprising me. It said, and then bro said, on a job, racism still exists. Trust white people rather deal with or take orders from whites than a black. Hell yeah. I have a homegirl, bro, who is a manager. She's one of the first black managers.
Right.
And they hate listening to her.
Yeah.
White people
Mm-hmm.
do not like taking orders, don't like listening to black people at all. Don't
Right.
don't ever. Don't let you get a union job, a union trade job. They hate when you in a union.
Right,
They blocked us for so long from being in unions. They don't
right,
want black folks in it. And when you in a union, they don't like that shit.
right.
Especially on the East Coast. And Cali, I love Cali, ain't gonna lie, but it is racism is everywhere. It's just that in the South, is
Mhm.
there whether be in your face with it.
Mhm. And it's like this down here too. You know what I'm saying? You got more. I done seen a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? That'll team up on you and like speak up for some. Like just say for instance, you into it with a Caucasian or something, and you might see another one. You know, another Caucasian might come up and try to get in between them, but he might be on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Like, get the fuck on down the road, you stupid ass white boy, you stupid ass crap. You know what I'm saying? He'll just take over for you and start running your ass off. You be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I done seen shit like that go on. It's crazy about it because they ride around their rebel flags still, but all I can say is they respect us though. We respect them and they respect us. You know, they don't go out their way to try to, you know what I'm saying, to try to, they ain't coming in our hoods and, you know, fucking out, they ain't fucking around in our hoods. They ain't coming down in there like that. If they coming to do something else, you know what I'm saying? So, the last thing on their mind is thinking about coming down in one of our hoods, trying to take over, trying to shoot it up, or trying to do something crazy. When they coming for other reasons. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You
And
know.
um Larry said, hell no, they think we don't know shit. And
Yeah.
then Jay Coleman said, I work at Walmart. It's hella racist in here. And then Larry said, they know niggas will beat their ass.
Yeah.
True as
Exactly.
fuck.
You know, it's like this. When you catch one arm by himself, they count it as a motherfucker. They take 10 on the goddamn to jump on one arm. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Damn,
so
they ain't,
true.
that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? By themselves, you can't get. You can be in the store and see one of them fucking skinhead Aryan Nation or whatever it is. Shit, they'll skip. They won't even look at you. They'll be so goddamn scared. But you catch them about 3 or 4 of their homeboys and they big tall ass truck with them big ass tires on and shit. They ready to rally then. You know what I mean? It's a
They
matter
only feel tough when they're in a group.
right. As a matter of fact, I'm like 3 miles. I'm like it's been 5 miles right now from a place down here. And this place it's a club. It's a redneck club. Ku Klux Klan club. And this club been here all my life. And don't no blacks go in that place. Never been in there. I went in there one time, didn't not knowing no better, but knowing better. You know what I'm saying? Just to fucking really see what it was like. Oh man, let me tell you the experience I had. I went in there and shot pool with these motherfuckers. I was the only black in there. I'm in there shooting pool. These racist motherfuckers on their bikes and shit looking at me. I'm shooting pool. They shooting pool with me. I'm playing pool with one of them. You know what I'm saying? They all around the table and shit. So, you know, I ain't scared. I'm just like, it is what it is. I'm outnumbered either way it goes, but I'm going to take 1 or 2 of y'all motherfuckers with me before I go down and anything jump off. And plus, I'm already by the door, so if I got to fucking run, I'm ready to go run. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyway, I'm in that motherfucker. I'm buying drinks and everything, but I ain't buying no open shit. I'm just getting beers, like open my own top and shit like that. You know.
That's right.
Them motherfuckers, they coming around the table, goddamn. We got an old goddamn blue gum in the building. You know, hey, what you doing in here, boy? You know, they talking shit like that. I'm talking shit right back to them. Fuck you, crack. I'm here shooting pool. I'm from this town, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I got my head bad. I'm feeling good. You know. Make a long story short, you know what I'm saying? I'm in that motherfucker. I left up out of there because it was finna get real ugly. You know what I mean? So I ended up shooting my game of pool or whatever. And they was like, a couple of them went to their car and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I seen like 2 or 3 of them go to the back of the building. I'm like, oh shit, it's gonna go down this motherfucker. So it was a girl that was in there that I knew her, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, she was a bartender. I knew her. I didn't know she was there at the time, but when I seen her, she was like, you need to go now. You need to get out of here right now. You know what I'm saying? This was like maybe 10 years ago. Like, you need to get out of here right now. So I was like, damn, I looked around, them motherfuckers was surrounded. They had the whole back and the front damn parking lot surrounded. I got in my shit and hauled ass. They was like, damn, it's literally still that part of the races down here, like within 5 miles from me.
Yeah, I
So
believe it.
yeah,
Bro said I had a job where the white boss called me in the office. A Negro was with him. The boss said something slick. I stood up to him and he said, the damn Uncle Tom said, you can't talk to him like that because he gave us a job.
Exactly.
I've encountered that before, bro. And then he also said,
Exactly.
also, whites will set you up on a job to fail. They gave us a
Exactly.
position but didn't train us properly, and then they take notes on our mistakes on file and use it to fire us. Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's
That's when
what
you
that.
gotta use. That's when you gotta use the race card, and that's when you gotta call the EOC and the Department of Justice and all them people on their asses. They always talk
Right.
about we use the race card. Well, motherfucker, if that's the only card you gonna give me, bitch, I'm gonna play it.
You fucking right. And not on top of that, y'all start having y'all goddamn phones on. Start recording shit.
That's what I
Put all
tell
this
people.
shit.
That's right.
Get this shit on record. I don't give a fuck if you got to have your damn phone in your pocket or whatever. Have your record going. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you another experience I had. I got into an altercation with a Caucasian, and so the police came out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, well, because she called the police on me. And so I was like, okay, since you called the police on me, I'm gonna call the police on you. You know what I mean? So this so happened. Her set of police officers came first, right? She made the complaint. She made the call first. Okay. So they came out there. They heard her story because she called them. Like they didn't want to hear nothing I had to say or nothing, right? So when they came to talk to me, they was like, hey, you need to put your hands behind your back. I said, for what? Am I being detained? Like that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, nah, I ain't putting my hand behind my back. Am I being detained? Like that. He was like, no, you ain't being detained. Then I said, that means if I ain't being detained, I got the right to go.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So as I was getting ready to leave, which I had already called I had called a set of police officers too. You know what I'm saying? So after I seen he was trying to play the race card and trying to like believe everything she was saying, my set of police officers came. So I was like, hold up, y'all need to send a supervisor out here or send a melanated officer out here. You know what I mean? Not that it really make no difference in that, but I ain't gonna let these folks like here try to handle me no any kind of way, and I ain't got nobody to say or witness nothing because I was really by myself, and I was in a like a racist part of town. You know what I mean? So, make a long story short, this woman made a citizen's arrest for no fucking reason, no apparent reason. Said I was trespassing and just walking through her yard, with which I wasn't. You know, so the police came. You know, they arrested me. And when they put me in the police car, I still had my phone on me, right? They had me handcuffed, so I had the phone on record in the back seat of the car while we was talking. And I was going in on him, you know what I mean? And he was going in back on me. But he had another officer in the car with him, and the officer when the one that I had altercation with, he got out to take the statement, finished taking the statement from her. The other police officer told me, he was like, hey man, you might not want to say nothing around this officer because he's an asshole, he's a racist, and he might want to, you know what I'm saying? He said, just play it cool till you go to jail. So when he got back in the car, I started fucking going in again, you know what I mean? Me him going at it again, back and forth. And so he was like, do you know what I do to you right now while you in these handcuffs? You know what can happen to you? And I was like, I know. I said, the only thing you can do is kill me. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all always do is try to kill motherfuckers, black people. You know what I'm saying? I said, I'm ready to die for what I believe in anyway. So the other officer, he's sitting on the passenger side, like, y'all, man, just chill out, please calm down, man. I've had bad experience with the police. So I'm saying this for a reason. I've had plenty run-ins with them. And then the racist ones down here. The citizens down here ain't racist, but the police, they racist. They will fucking fuck you up. You know what I mean? So, and he was like, after he told me that, I calmed down. I was like, just take me to jail because I talk shit, but I ain't want to die right there. I make some mercy now, motherfucker. But at the same time, I'm going to say what I got to say. You know what I'm saying? So I shut the fuck up and rolled on to jail. You know what I mean? And so I got ready to get out the car. My phone fell because I had my phone recording the whole while. He ain't know it. You know what I mean? I played that shit to my lawyer, got the case thrown out, and his ass got fired.
That's what you got to do. Let
Exactly. So
you got to do is record stuff.
keep that phone on you. Had not had my phone, and even though that you know what I'm saying, I was in the right, but I was also kind of like in the wrong too. But he's supposed to conduct himself in a professional manner, which he didn't. You know what I mean? So that cost him his job. you know. Even though he probably went somewhere else and got a job doing, another location, but he wasn't for us no more, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
bro. Go
keep
ahead.
y'all phone.
You said keep your phone on your. I tell people your phone is a snitch in your pocket. It works both ways. Bro said, "Real talk. I wish I had recorded that damn slick talking white man in the office." And then Street Rich TV said,
Yeah.
"Memphis, I'm going through it right now." I guess he's driving through Memphis. And then um, Valley of the Pharaoh said, "This is some much needed conversation." And Larry said he'll holler at us later. He about to hit the streets. We about
That's
to
what's up.
probably um spin off in a couple of minutes, but this is really a much needed conversation because if you feel like you get into a situation with your with your manager, employer,
Mm,
whoever, you got your phone on you, that's a snitch in a pocket. Record that
exactly.
conversation because they will go
Exactly.
back and lie on you.
If you
And
yeah,
trust me.
exactly. And if you at work doing a job, record your work. If you doing your job and you doing your work, record that shit. You know what I'm saying? That way you out because they play racism all kind of ways. You
Sure
know,
do.
always keep your phone on record and be ready because you never know. Like not too long ago, I seen one of my homeboys. He was into it with a Caucasian. And, which my homeboy was wrong. He was dead wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I still wasn't let nothing happen to him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, we at the store, right? And well, he seen the girl going to the store, so my homeboy tried to holler at the girl or whatever, but the little girl went back to the car and told her daddy, and the daddy got upset because the girl was like 14 years old and he was a grown man. And he didn't know that, so he was trying to apologize to the dude, and the dude was like, "Man, I don't want to hear that shit. I'm going to my car." So I went. I said, "You ain't going to your car." I had my phone now. I said, "You ain't gonna go to your car." I said, "No, he ain't even see me." You know what I'm saying? And they was trying, him and his girlfriend was gonna try to call themselves jumping on my homeboy at the gas station. And then he was like, "I'm going to my car to get this and get that." So I said, "No, you ain't gonna be able to make it to your car, homeboy. I got the camera on and I'm ready right here." You know what I'm saying? So my homeboy was wrong, but I kind of like to diffuse the conversation. But at the same time, keep them phones on. Always, stay recording and stay, because you never know what you might catch. You never know what incident you may be able to stop. You know what I mean? Not putting yourself in danger, nothing like that. But it's crazy out here these days.
It really is. And then Valley of the Pharaoh said someone would have got fired and it sure wouldn't have been me.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. You know, so
Yeah. But
I'm
this,
glad.
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna just say I'm glad everybody commenting there and it's picking on up a little bit. But yeah, what you was gonna say?
No, I was going to say this has been a good live, eventful live. We have been on for an hour and 10 minutes. Um, this phone is like super hot. I said I was gonna stop, but we started talking about police and your phone and white folks and racism. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we about to deuces out, y'all. Thank you for being on the live. And you'll probably catch me. I don't know. I don't know when the traffic will slow down, but thank you, Williams, for calling in. Thank y'all for watching and listening. And we'll catch you some other time.
Appreciate it, Lee. Thank you. Thank you, family. See y'all later. Peace. We out.
All right.
Peace.